Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba at the Union Buildings. He's been there through the day. He joins us now. Ziniko, good afternoon to you. What preparations are underway at the moment?
Good afternoon, Stephen. So I can tell you right now that almost all various stakeholders involved in putting together this inauguration are all hands on deck as far as their responsibilities are concerned. We're actually right now at the heart of the Union Buildings. Behind me, the technical team is putting up the stage itself, as you can see. All these gentlemen that are busy at work, as you can see, those two climbing up the stage. So you can imagine if the stage is being built today, what is it that will be happening tomorrow in terms of finalizing or doing the final preparations. As you can see, that we're told that tomorrow is actually first day of the inauguration as far as preparing. So everything that will be done tomorrow will have to be done excellently, accordingly, and according, all the preparations, expectations, because there won't be any time to be fixing mistakes tomorrow. In terms of the number of people that are expected to be sitting on this particular part of the Union Buildings, you can just, imagine by looking at the number of chairs being set up already. And of course, these chairs, Stephen, are actually being calculated according to the meters that must separate them. As you can see, those two gentlemen measuring, the distance between the rows, so that, in terms of the precision that we were discussing throughout the day, that precision can be, lived up to on Wednesday. Now, coming back to where we are, remember that each and every president must take an oath of office, which will be presided over by the Chief Justice of the country. And in this case, we're talking about Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. That, space where you see those gentlemen with an orange shirt, that's where the president, will be committing and also signing that oath of office. A very, very important, very significant moment, because that's where the president will be committing himself to upholding and respecting the country's constitution. However, there are some extramural activities which will be taking place as well, coming from the south of your Union Buildings, and I'm talking about the fly passes by the South African Air Force. As you can see there, that tower, that's where, behind that tower, that's where you find the Waterkloof Base Airport. That's where now all the aerial activities will be taking place from that particular direction, flying over where we are. And of course, we're also expecting that 21-gun salute to be, exercised and practiced and rehearsed to the T tomorrow morning. So as far as the preparations are concerned, it's as if it's all systems goes. Tomorrow is part 2 of the preparations ahead of Wednesday. So we're still waiting for the government officials, and together with the SANDF and many other stakeholders and all other preparatory members of this particular inauguration to brief us tomorrow at 12 o'clock. That's where we'll get a full sense of how ready South Africa is to welcome international guests, diplomats, but also the various stakeholders, the invited guests, which will be here on Wednesday.
And Ziniko, obviously the SANDF, the military, the Air Force, playing a very big role in all of this on Wednesday.
Definitely, Stephen, especially when it comes to the parading and the salute of the president. Of course, earlier on, we spoke to General Mbi, who told us that it is very, very important for the South African National Defense Force to commit their allegiance to the state president. Remember that in African countries, what we've seen so far is that whenever there's a coup, it is the military that's leading those particular unrest in various countries. So it was very important for him to explain to us that as far as the military is concerned, it is very, very important for them through their parade and gun salutes and everything else that will be happening from their side, and explaining that it shows, a sign of committing themselves to serving and protecting the president, also assisting him in terms of fulfilling and carrying out his responsibilities after he has taken oath over them. Of course, that oath, as I said earlier on, that we're expecting the Chief Justice of this country, Justice Raymond Zondo, to ensure that that happens accordingly and according to the values of the South African Constitution.
Ziniko Mhlaba, thank you very much indeed. Watching the preparations there for the big inauguration on Wednesday.